It's another edition of the Agents of Inclusion podcast brought to you by Special Olympics and Odyssey. We're all about inspiring and encouraging everyone to open up and be more inclusive for the betterment of society and yourself. I'm JR of the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio. We have a new episode drop every Wednesday. And if you haven't followed or subscribed, don't wait. Go ahead and do that now. For this episode, we're connecting with someone who's an actor, community volunteer, college student, and athlete. How much of an athlete? He told me on the side he's participated in a Tough Mudder run. And about that acting thing, his first gig was alongside Woody Harrelson earlier this year in the movie Champions. Not so bad, right? Oh, and I forgot to mention, his family is in the Special Olympics Hall of Fame. Let's get out to Andover, Massachusetts, and check in with James Day Keith. Let's get out to Andover, Massachusetts, and check in with James Day Keith. The Agents of Inclusion podcast, and right now we're going to check in with someone who is not just an athlete. He recently became an actor. You might have seen him in Champions starring Woody Harrelson. We're going to go up to Andover, Massachusetts. It's my main man, James Day Keith. James, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for taking the time to hop on.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Sure. How does it feel? Well, let's back up some, because the opportunity to even be in the film came from Special Olympics. How did you get involved with Special Olympics in the first place?
I've been involved since I was born. When we found out that I have Down syndrome, and then since then I've been doing Special Olympics. Like I started at 8, and now I'm 25 years old, so I've been doing it for a really long time.
What sports have you participated in? I know obviously basketball, we see that in the film. What other sports have you participated in?
Track and field, soccer, powerlifting, skiing. I'm almost a go-to athlete.
So do you have a favorite sport out of all of those?
My top 2 is basketball and powerlifting.
I'm sure we see all of that in the basketball. So who inspires you just to even play these sports?
My family inspires me because I wouldn't be here without my family, and with their support, they're so genuine, and I'm so glad that I have them right by my side.
And what's the best part of having your family be a part of the process? Or is it the words of encouragement? Is it helping you get to some of the events? What's the best part about having your family around with you?
Basically, like my dad coaches my basketball team. He was also on the board of directors. Both of my sisters, my older sister and my twin sister, were unified partners and interned. And when I was in high school, my mom ran the North Andover and Andover track and field games. So we hugely involved in Special Olympics, and we actually made the Hall of Fame as a family in 2017.
I saw that. And what does that mean to you, knowing that y'all are in that Hall of Fame?
It means that it's amazing that one family can get inducted into a Hall of Fame, and our family basically our everyday is about Special Olympics because they keep me healthy and active. It also helps on the sports side of things as well. I'm just glad to have them right by my side.
So it sounds like everyone in your family is involved in athletics in some type of way. Here's a question between you and I, maybe you and I. Who's the best athlete in the family?
Me, for sure. That's me, because I can deadlift 395 pounds. It's not my family that can deadlift 395 pounds. I can deadlift 395 pounds.
Hey, that's big time, man. I don't even know how much I can deadlift. What got you involved in powerlifting? Did you watch it on TV? Did someone introduce you to it?
So when I was in high school at North Andover High, I took a weightlifting class in high school, and during one of my IEP meetings, my teacher said, Jimmy could be a professional powerlifter. And then that like ricocheted after that, and then I tried it my first year without never doing it before. I lifted the heaviest in my weight class, and I got a gold medal my first year ever doing it. So shout out to my high school weightlifting teacher.
That's big time, man. So you said basketball and then powerlifting are your top two. So how did you get involved with basketball then? Because I know that obviously leads towards your role in the film.
I've been playing since I was 8. I've been playing at a young age, and having that under your belt makes you like a really good player because if you practice and practice and practice, you could just excel at putting it in a movie is just amazing and kind of weird at first, but I was glad that I was doing it.
So let's talk about that. The movie Champions, starring Woody Harrelson, starring you, you're in there as well. How did that opportunity come about? We see that he's a former coach. He got in a little bit of trouble. He got assigned to coach your team. And how did that role come about?
So the movie reached out to like a lot of different branches in Special Olympics, and then they thought it would be a good a they thought it'd be right up my alley. So they emailed my dad. Then my dad emailed it to my mom, and then I did the audition tape. From the audition, and then hearing back, and now I can say that I'm in a motion picture with Woody Harrelson and Caitlin Olsen. Not a lot of people can say that.
I also understand you didn't take it too seriously. You thought you would do it just for fun. You didn't think that you would initially get the role, right?
Yeah, I didn't at first because I'm not like this movie was literally my first time acting. I took improv in high school, but acting in improv is kind of different. So I'm really glad that I experienced that. It was really, really cool. And I'm friends with basically a lot of the cast members, and we like Snapchat, text here and there.
That's awesome. And you talk about those 2 months filming up in Canada. What is a normal shoot day like? Are they long days? Are they short? Was it a lot? What was that experience like?
It was a mixture of both. Some days were long, some days were short. Like some of the days we didn't end until like 1 or 2 in the morning. Like they were very long, but we also had like snacks, but they call it crafts, and we were able to like if we messed up, we were able to do it again, and doing all of that. Doing for the first time, I was a little nervous, but when I met all of them, all those nerves kind of went away.
I'm sure. And you said you took some improv in high school, and it's not quite the same as you mentioned. How did it help you, or do you feel it helped you out when you finally got on set?
Um, I feel like it helped a little bit because improv is kind of like some of acting, but with this basically acting without a script. But I think it helped, and now I'm in a motion picture movie with Woody Harrelson.
That's awesome. What was that feeling like the first time you met him? How was he to work with?
He was amazing. He's super nice. I actually pulled a joke on him like the first time I met him. I said, "Hey Woody, your shoe is untied," but it actually, and he completely fell for it. His road door people came over to tie his shoe, but his shoe wasn't really untied. And then we played like some more here and there.
That's cool. Well, let me ask you, was there a point where he tried to get you back? Were there some other jokes from his side? Or you just got him?
I got him, he got me, and then like once I said it, a lot of other cast members started to joke around. Like everyone's personality, they're like intertwined.
So we all saw the film. How much fun did you have in putting it together? Was it fun? It didn't feel like work, did it?
It didn't feel like work at all. I had a lot of fun. It's like I instantly fell in love with everyone there. It's like I fell in love with the people behind the camera, people on the camera. Like I like the hair and makeup people. It's like everyone there is like a friend, and I'm so glad I was able to do it.
For anyone who hasn't seen the movie Champions, why do you think it's something worthwhile that they should watch?
I think that they should watch it because It's like a real good feel good movie, and it's kind of like an underdog movie. It's from a coach that got into a little illegal trouble, and then his community service was working with a team with intellectual disabilities, and they showed him that you could be like friendly with the team.
Anybody.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. You talk about how it's an underdog story and an underdog film. For everything that you've been able to accomplish already in your life, from Special Olympics to now being an actor, do you feel like an underdog?
Not anymore. I way back a doctor said like don't expect me going to college, don't expect him to get strong. Now I'm at I graduated high school. I currently attend on the next community college. I can deadlift 395 pounds, and I completely been proving people wrong my whole entire life, and other people can also prove people wrong as well.
What advice would you share to someone that feels like an underdog? What would you say to them?
I would say just be you, be the unique self, and don't let anyone knock you down the peg because if you know you can do it, then show them. If someone says anything negative about you, prove them wrong. If like if someone knocks you down, you just get back up again.
I love it, my man. I love it. Now that you've delved into acting, you have your first film and first credit under your belt. Do you plan on acting some more? Is it something that you want to pursue?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun and I made a lot of friends, and I can't wait to make even more friends with other well-known actors out there.
How was it for you when the film came out and premiered and you were on the red carpet and then you saw yourself on the big screen? What was that experience like seeing yourself in that way?
When I saw it for the first time, because I never seen it like completed, and like right when it was over, I cried like in my mom and dad's arms because it, we worked like, basically almost every day for a long, long time, and just seeing it finished was amazing, and I was so glad that emotions completely overwhelmed.
How many times have you watched it since that first time?
7, 7 times, and the movie people actually send, the Blu-ray DVD version to me so that I can now watch it 100 million times.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And you talk about going up to Canada and filming it. You said for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
How was that? Did you get a little homesick, or what was that experience? Or were you so busy you didn't even notice it?
I also had my family coming up too, so I really didn't get that homesick, but, like, I made a lot of friends, like, everyone, like, on the basketball team, like, the friends, like, we all like, the name of the team is what we are right now. It's like we almost hung out every day. We were and my mom was with me, my older sister, but even my aunts showed up on my mom's side to come up, and I was just really, really happy that I was experiencing it with my family.
You make a lot of references to your family and you made so many new friends on the set. How important is it to have community, whether it's family or friends? How important is that?
I think it's really important because if you have like a great support staff with you, the sky's the limit. You can literally do anything you want to do and set your mind to by having an amazing support staff. And I completely have that in my whole entire family on my mom's side, my dad's side, and my family and my friends.
That's cool, man. I consider a lot of my friends to be just like my family, really, really no different. And it's crazy that a lot of these opportunities came through via Special Olympics, which is almost like an entire extended family. Like I try to tell people all the time, there's Special Olympic programs like all over the country, all over the world. What would you say Special Olympics can do to kind of help or change anybody's life if they just get involved? What would you say?
I would say that Special Olympics, like what you said, is like a family because I treat Special Olympics as a family for me because I've been doing it at a young age, and they've always seen me like blossom through the years I've been there. And everyone is everyone at Special Olympics like worldwide is super amazing, and they're all like really kind and really nice to one another, and that's kind of like a glue that keeps a family together.
James, let me ask you this. When you're not powerlifting, when you're not shooting the rock, when you're not acting, what else are you doing? What other hobbies do you do?
I I have a job. I work at a horse farm called the Windrush, and I clean the stables, and I also do a lot of community work. Like I volunteer at I do Meals on Wheels, which is like you bring meals to the elderly, and I love doing that because we might be the only person that they see all day, and just to show them that like we care and by bringing you food and stuff like that. And I basically hang out with my family and my friends, and
Why
I also play video games as well. But I mainly hang with my family and friends.
I'm going to ask you about the video games in a minute. Why is it so important to you personally to spend a portion of your time volunteering to help other people? Why is that important to you? What do you get out of it?
I get out of like I love making people smile. It's like I always say like it's like my superpower is like I don't like when people are having a hard day. It's like I want to change that. It's just I'm just glad that I've like been doing a lot of community work because I just love my community and I love a lot of people.
I think it's so cool. I wish more people would spend time just giving things back. You know, even if it's time or helping somebody handing out food, like what you said with Meals on Wheels. So I commend you for that, man. That's pretty awesome.
And I also like meeting new people. And according according to my dad, it's not that hard for me to make friends. And I just love meeting people and making them have a better day if they had a bad morning. I just want them to have an amazing day.
Well, listen, man, you got a new friend in me. The next time I'm up in Massachusetts, we gotta hang out, okay?
Okay?
I appreciate all that you do from a volunteer perspective. And before we get out of here, you're gonna have to share with us one of those motivational quotes. But before we do that, you got to tell me about the video games, man. I'm a little rusty. I'm playing Super Mario Brothers and Tetris. What games are you playing?
I play a lot of like different variety of games. Like I have the Xbox One X, and I play Jedi, like the new Star Wars game, like the new Harry Potter Legacy game, basketball, football, a lot of sport games. And
Okay.
when I'm over my friend's house, I play Call of Duty.
Okay. So Call of Duty and on the basketball side, what are you playing? Little 2K? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a little I'm trying to get to 2K. I'm still on NBA Jam from a long time ago. I got some catching up to do. But when I get up to Massachusetts, man, you got a friend of me too. We got to hang out, okay?
Okay.
Now I got to ask you this. You said that you provide motivational quotes for your sister's lacrosse team. And I think you've given us a little bit of motivation already. Do you have anything in the bag that you could share to motivate us? How about can you talk about promoting inclusion? Can you get us hyped up to be inclusive?
So, at my high school, they have this like acronym called RAISE, which is respect, achieve, inclusion. service and empathy. And I put that to heart. If you don't, I love respecting people, and if you don't respect people, they will respect you. And I always include. It's like I always like hype up my friends like when we're bowling or like if we're doing like anything, and I don't exclude anyone because that's just the thing that I like to do. I don't like excluding people.
I appreciate that, man. Now you said wow. Well, I want to congratulate you on everything that you're doing, from the awards to your volunteer work, which I think is awesome. Everything that you've done now in this film with Champions, with Woody Harrelson. There aren't too many people that could run around saying they were in a film with Woody Harrelson, and just everything that you continue to do. I really love that you give back to the community, man. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. I'm
No
glad
problem.
that I was here talking with one of my new friends.
Hey, we got it, man. I'm gonna hit you on social media and we gonna rock and roll, okay?
Let's do it.
My man.